Okay, before I give you my concluding remarks, just a couple pieces of housekeeping business. First of all, there will be a site called laserconference.alpa.org. And while I was on the break over here, I went and talked to our staff, and they're going to get the distribution list for all of you who registered for this, and we're going to send a thank you, and we're also going to send a link to this page, and that will have links to all the materials that were presented today to make things easy for you. If you have not registered, though, please remember it's laserconference.alpa.org. And that leads in my second piece of housekeeping, and not really piece of housekeeping, but these presentations just don't happen because one of us walks in the room and says, hey, let's do a laser conference. The idea came from our security committee members, but it's the diligent work of our staff, of our engineering staff members, of our communication folks, of our support team, and they do an absolutely top-notch job of putting on these conferences and representing the voice of pilots both domestically in North America and with our colleagues globally. So I'd like to recognize them and thank you very much for their help, especially because we just came to this conference on the heels of our executive board meeting, which was the preceding 2 days. So thank you very much, folks. Well done. And finally, the least fun part of these conferences, and I'm as guilty as everybody else, I never fill out those feedback sheets. So if you have any comments, any critiques, any good ideas for us, this is kind of a work in progress. We saw the necessity to do something like this, and we took the bull by the horns. If you can help us build a better mousetrap, I'd certainly welcome it. So if any comments, would you please take the time to fill out those green sheets and drop them in the basket, give it to the staff, or perhaps if you want some time to collect your thoughts, please call or email us with your thoughts, and be much appreciated, because this is obviously an issue that's not going away. Well, Jeff gave me a great idea, and I have my handy-dandy iPhone here while he put up that slide for the, let's see here, it's the S3 Spider 3 Arctic laser. So I Googled it, and I pulled up a site that, it was the very first hit that came on the search page, and it says, the S3 Spider 3 Arctic is the world's most powerful laser you can legally own. It's got a cool blue but blazing hot 1-watt laser beam, and it's currently being tested by Guinness World Records because this is the world's most powerful handheld laser. Real slick website. It's got a cool video, all kinds of neat pictures. And then when you go to the reviews, CNN says, apparently the force is strong in a Hong Kong-based laser company that had irked the creators of Star Wars. Fox News says the device with a beam 1,000 times stronger than sunlight on the skin is touted by makers as the most dangerous laser ever created. And the Wall Street Journal says the most dangerous laser ever created may sound like the perfect gift for the supervillain who has everything. More food for thought. Well, today we've endeavored to provide you with insights as to the magnitude of that threat posed by handheld laser pointers to aviation. Our speakers, representing global and domestic perspectives of this growing threat, underscore the danger posed to aviation by handheld laser pointers is an increasingly significant threat to our industry around the world. Now, we all saw the slides up there, and if we thought that maybe in the United States this was just an issue of us refining the reporting methods and having the data kind of come out and kind of pop at us, I think pretty much having all our panelists here to demonstrate that these trend lines are exactly the same overseas, and that demonstrates the magnitude of the problem, because this thing is increasing exponentially. And even if the incidence of events where you actually have physical harm are very, very small, the incidence with the distraction is that much bigger. And I'm not an insurance actuary, but I would hazard a guess that if you keep on increasing the frequency of these events, as Craig had mentioned before, it's just going to be a matter of time before something very, very bad happens. And I'm very gratified that it's kind of like preaching to the choir with this group here, but I'm very gratified that you've taken the time and the interest to come and collaborate and participate in this event. So as we close the conference, I thank you for your interest and for your attendance. And we encourage you to help raise awareness in your own communities as to the potential dangers posed by handheld lasers to the entire aviation industry. Whether or not you're affiliated with pilot groups, airlines, law enforcement, or you're an airline passenger, and who here isn't, this is a message that must be widely distributed. And to echo our Department of Homeland Security, if you see something, say something. Thank you very much for your attendance today and your participation, and hopefully we'll see you sometime soon.